Alright everybody, welcome back to another turn of Operation Maroon. This will be turn 7 for the Italians. That's July of 1939. Before we get into it, got some bits of housekeeping to address. We'll go oldest to newest. The US KMT turn, the Americans were once again unable to send Lend-Lease to the KMT. They had no viable supply path in. The port here is blockaded, and they don't have access to British Commonwealth facilities yet. So that's just going to be 4 IPP back in the American bank again. Okay, next from the German turn, the Cornfield Commander said he wanted his TBD to be in port if it could be, and it can be, so it is. And additionally, from the German turn, the convoy rating was calculated incorrectly in the North Atlantic, and 1 IPP should go back to the GB Bank, and that's not going to change anything that the British have just done on their turn either. Next is the Japanese turn. There's a lot to deal with in Kwangtung. A few errors and die modifications, which units got selected as casualties when. So all that needs to be addressed still. I'm going to leave it unresolved here at the moment, and we'll be dealing with it all in messages in Discord, presumably tomorrow morning. Nothing else needs to be addressed from Japan, and the British Commonwealth should have rolled 1 additional interdiction roll, getting a supply for AAA into Cape Town. They rolled for this submarine here, which borders Cape Town, but there's no way to get to Gibraltar without passing another sub somewhere around here. If they go west to Canada and then south to the Caribbean, they only have a minor port here and don't have the range to reach either Gibraltar or Sierra Leone. So we are going to roll 1 more interdiction roll, which will hit on a 3 or less. That's a 4, that's a miss, taunting miss, and then no changes are necessary in regards to that AAA. Okay, and lastly, the Free French Bank should be only at 3. They collected 2 1 turn after surrender, and last turn they should have only collected 1. Morocco was captured by Vichy. With that, we should be able to get straight into the Italian turn. Should be another relatively short one. Let's start with tech. We'll be rolling for LRA with a hit on an 8 or lower. 8 or higher. That is a 10. That is a hit. Everyone's getting LRA today. For the purchases, I'm going to be declaring 1 cavalry and 2 infantry for a total of 9 IPV spent and 2 saved. Combat moves, nothing to speak of. Go straight into non-combats. From Tripolitania, 1 infantry is marching east into Cyrenaica, and from Cyrenaica, 1 infantry is marching east into Tobruk. From I-5, 1 naval transport is moving 1-2 into M4. From northern Italy, 1 airborne is going to be using strategic naval move into southern Italy. And the mountain infantry is going to be boarding the naval transport in northern Italy. And the pair are going to be using strategic naval move all the way to Eritrea. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And the mountain infantry will be disembarking into Eritrea. With that, I do believe all of our movements are accounted for. And we can place buys and collect our income. Collecting our income should just be 10 income, bringing us up to 12. And for placing buys, both infantry will be placed in North Italy, and the cavalry will be placed in Eritrea. And with that, everything should be in place for the next KMT and US turn after we deal with this in the chat, I guess, so it's not all in place. Yeah, one minor thing I wanted to touch on. I noticed these boats were still Romanian, so I went ahead and edited them to be the German models, but that's a very minor thing. So with that, everything should be in place to pass off, and we'll deal with the housekeeping separately, and best of luck on your next rolls.